Made it down the hill of doom, and we're out here on the claim for the first time since December 8th. And there's still slabs of ice floating around out there in the river. Given the ice jam upstream, that's not a surprise. Now, with the river being so high, I'm kind of limited as to where I can dig. But I did manage to find a spot over there. So I took a couple pictures so I have my before. And I'm going to go do some digging, some panning, and hopefully we can get a little something. So, I hope so. But there's a bit of grass and organics on top. So I got to find a way through that. So I'm going to grab a pan, a classifier, a shovel. I already got the rubber boots on. Oh yeah, probably also going to need a sniffer bottle. Yeah, time to do some more bushwhacking. Alright, so after about, I don't know, a good half dozen pans with very, very modest results, not good enough for the ground here, I'm going to pull the pin on this location. I'm going to fill in this hole, and then I'm going to document everything. I already took pictures of the hole as is. I see there's some nice looser gravel up in here that hopefully I can get my shovel into, and enough to fill up this hole. And that's the plan for that. And then I'm going to try a spot further down over that way past my friend Barb, who decided to accompany me on this little adventure out of the claim today. You look upstream, there's still lots of remnants of the ice from the ice jam. Every now and then you see chunks of ice and logs and stuff working its way downstream. But that's where we're at. There was some colors, but it just wasn't worth it, getting all excited and filming over. So I'm going to pull the pin on this hole. I'm going to fill it in, and we're going to try a little spot further downstream there where it's more mixed, light, smaller gravel with bigger rocks. So right now with the river being so high, it's hard to find something that you can get a shovel into and do some decent digging and find some results. So I'm hoping that the spot about 70 feet further downstream might be a little bit better. But this is part of the reason why I like this location. You got the main flow that comes in way over there on the far side. It hits this rock wall here, and it forms a back eddy and comes back towards where I'm standing. So anything that's placer gold that gets kicked up in the current through the high speed zone, it gets picked up and it gets dropped off, and then it gets deposited, and all the silt comes off here. So later on in the summer, when the river drops down and this whole bedrock bench is exposed, it's always chock full of placer gold. It's just all fine, mind you, because it's all floating gold, but there's gold in there nonetheless, and usually it's about 20 to 30 colors per pan, sometimes up to 50 to 60 colors per pan. This year I was getting maybe 1 or 2 colors per pan. Totally subpar for this location. So, like I said, I'm going to fill this in, and we're going to try a little further over that way. Now to grab the old mini goon spoon here. It's not a big shovel, so it's going to take a while to fill this hole. And once I get the hole filled, document it, take your pictures. That way when you do your report, you got a little something to show for it. So, hopefully when I turn this back on, we'll have a hole on the go down over yonder here, and hopefully that one goes a little better for a fella. Gosh, I love it out here. Birds, sun rushing water. It's a beautiful day. It's maybe about 25 degrees out. Springtime, as you can tell. Not much for the dastardly mosquitoes, but there are some. So yeah, I'm going to turn this off and commence on the digging. I think right now I'm just in that procrastination mode where I don't want to do it because I know it's going to suck. But yeah, alright, I got to turn this off. I got to man up here. Well, I got my hole all nice and filled in down there. It's important. You got to do the right thing. I also add a little bit of greenery and some organics in there, and you see there's a burnt log. And yeah, it's always nice to leave the spot a little nicer than what you found it. I'm gonna scamper over yonder there and try the other spot out. And hopefully I get, at least a dozen colors per pan in there. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. When the gold isn't that great, and then you're like, well, this is gonna be my last pan. And if I find something good, maybe I'll stick around. Well, lo and behold, the last pan I had was the best one of the day, so I'm doing another one. This is where I'm digging. You can see the exposed bedrock in there. This is what I got here. So I'm just going to set this little feller up somewhere where hopefully it doesn't fall into a river. Geez, I don't like any of this. Gotta find a nice little spot where I don't have a tree in the way. So yeah, I got the dirt in the pan, I got the classifier full, and I'm gonna do the old swirly girly. Get all the bigger rocks and roots and stuff, separate everything, makes it easier for panning.
Are you talking to the camera?
Talking to the camera, letting the good people know what's going on in there. Alright, pass the classifier out of the way. Get the pan to a good little working spot. Don't stand in the water too deep, you don't want to get a soaker. Alright, swirl it. Go back and forth. Now the more you stratify it, the better. That means vigorously shaping. You can go multiple ways. Do circles, go side to side, go back and forth. You know, breaks up the clay, and it sends the gold to the bottom of the pan. Give it a couple dips. Stratify everything. Let it set up. And do a couple dips. And get rid of a bunch of material. Try not to let the water get right into the back. I already see black sands poking through there. That's a good sign. That means we're on heavy material. I got down to the point where I can almost work this with one hand. Yeah, move this camera a smidgen closer. Normally I'm sitting right on the little hump there where the camera's sitting. Kind of a nice little spot, but the ground's a little moist and my butt's wet. At least this way, my butt's facing the sunshine, and it's nice and warm. This water is cold. Every now and then you see a chunk of ice and all sorts of things floating downstream. There is a lot of black sands in here. Holy smokes. One thing that's a pain in the butt with this area is the gold is so small and fine. It likes to hang out in the black sands quite a bit. And if you're a little aggressive with your panning, you're going to blow out your gold with your black sand. So it takes a long time to pan a pan, which the government says, oh, you should be able to process this many pans in this period of time. Well, they've never panned this spot. Everything's a little different everywhere you go. Some places you got high amounts of clay, and you can generally float that material out of your pan. Here I find it's a little bit difficult, a little bit slower to process. And you see there is quite the amount of black sands in there. I'm going to pull this in here, because usually I just take all this stuff home and clean it out at home. So I'm just going to do a quick little flip back here and see if there's anything in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's gold in there. It's kind of neat. Just kind of sit still and the black sands move around it. So far I see two colors. 4, 5, yeah. Oh, the whole top end's nice. Give it a smack. Give that gold go back to the top of the pan. Yeah, this is good diggings here. This is way better than that last pan, Barb.
Was it?
Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff in this one. Yeah. Like I'm not even done yet. You can see it all in there, right?
Oh yes, 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 yes. I can see it. Jesus, right on.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, digging off that bedrock in there just.
Okay, so sorry.
It's all right.
Oh.
You're not breaking nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't want anything toppling down.
Yeah. No, if you do, you got a nice soft landing over here on top of me. Look on the bright side. Oh yeah, buddy. So now I got all the black sands out of there. I'm gonna tap this up and see if we can get all that gold concentrate. Yeah, there's probably. Wow.
Take a better look once you get it all in that jar, right?
Even then, there's so much other material in there with it. It's hard to see, but.
Yeah, once you get it all out, and then you can put it somewhere and look at it.
Well, I bring all that stuff home and I pan it out at home or run on my mini high banker, right?
Take a picture so you can see it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of.
I saw there's at least 5 or 6 specks in there.
Yeah. Now they're so small, I guarantee you won't be able to see them at home. But there's probably about 15 to 20 colors in there I'm seeing. Yeah. So that's good. Round everything up back to the bottom here. Now, you can easily get rid of some of these larger unsnuffer bottle size rocks. Just get them right out of the way. And the rest of this, we can just suck up. And we'll bring all this material home and process it probably in the dead of winter. But I'm going to definitely have to take some more dirt out of here. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, clean up the roll pan. And put the classifier back in there and go for more. Yeah, that nice little bedrock location in there is pretty handy. Get rid of this tree root that's been a pain in the butt. Bloops. All I'm doing is just getting what I can off the bedrock and putting it into the classifier. One thing I also like about this location here too is I know this river is going to be going up another 4 or 5 feet yet, so I won't have to fill this hole, and Mother Nature will take care of that for me. Here. Alright, so I got a fairly modest handful, not a heavy duty one. There we go. Classifier back in there. Let's see if I can get a couple more good scoops in here. Let's get a fairly monster size. Good pan full of material would be nice. Take advantage of being right on this bedrock. You can really hear that grinding on the shovel when you get down in there. I think that is a heck of a fine looking pan. Now what I see in here, crushed bedrock. So that puts us right as low as one can go. Now, discard the rocks, put the classifier away, start with the old swirling back and forth, round and round. Get rid of some of the clay and lighter material off the top. Now we're right into the pan. Alrighty, I see a layer of black sand in the top of the pan. I'll watch my step here, I don't want to go too deep. And get rid of, almost probably 95% of the material that's in the pan, and we'll suck up the rest of it right into the snuffer bottle. I'll do a little backflip when I start seeing colors, and I know I'm in the gold. Alrighty, I'm seeing black sand coming up the end of the pan, so I'm going to hit the brakes here. And do a bit of a rock back. And I'm seeing gold in here already. I'm going to be pretty aggressive with this. I'm going to be seeing a lot of it go right to the tan. Yeah, that's another good pan. I'll take that home as is. Back, I ain't even going to finish rocking this back. I'm just going to set everything back in there. Put the snuffer bottle down. Get rid of some of the larger rocks. Let everything kind of settle in the snuffer bottle. And blow up the material. Alright. sunshine is glorious. I can jam on that, I tell you what. Alright. I'm going to take her jar, open the lid. Got a nice little place for that to sit. It's not going to dump over it. Open up the snuffer bottle. Go. So most of the cons are down to the bottom of the peanut butter jar, and I bring that home and I pan that out. So she's got a nice little growth ring in there. Leave that there, so it'll stay there. Come on. Fill up her pan again full of water. With her snuffer. There's a rock that's acting as a plug. There we go. So now the pan's cleaned out, the snuffer bottle's cleaned out, and we're ready for our next batch of dirt. Swirl. Get rid of that. And I can't really guess that better off the best I can. Like that scoop, that was a good one. Alright, well, I'm going to turn this camera off. You guys see me pan enough. And I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Well, I got about this much in my concentrate jar. And I can see gold through it. So, I'm pretty content for my day. I think that worked out pretty good. I'll make a nice clean out video. I'll do that one a little bit later. Probably when there's snow on the ground like usual. But I just wanted to say hey everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed panning out on the Nation River claim for the first time of the 2025 summer season. The river's really high right now, so the fact that I was able to actually find a location where I could dig, I'm pretty impressed with. So again, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed. But before I sign off, I'm just going to pan this out and let you guys enjoy what I've been looking at all day long. Beautiful little spot, isn't it? Yeah. Now you know why I enjoy coming here so much. for watching, and I'll see you next week.